Hey there, history enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the most fascinating events that have shaped our world. Today, we have a special topic lined up for you: the Protestant Reformation. Picture this: the 16th century, a time of immense change and upheaval across Europe. Amongst this tumult, the Catholic Church, a power colossal in its reach, finds itself under scrutiny. Criticisms and questions about its teachings and practices begin to surface, causing ripples that would soon become waves. The air is tense, the stage is set, and thus begins a religious revolution that would forever alter the course of history. The spark? A challenge to the very core of the Catholic Church's doctrines. Yes, my friends, we're about to embark on a journey back in time to meet the key players who dared to challenge the status quo. And so, the spark that ignited a religious revolution was lit. Let's meet some of the key players. First up, we have the iconic German monk, Martin Luther. Luther's 95 Theses, published in 1517, had a profound impact on the Church and Europe as a whole. This wasn't just a list of gripes, but a profound critique of the Catholic Church's practices and teachings. He challenged the concept of indulgences, the idea that one could buy their way out of punishment for sins. Instead, he proposed that salvation was a gift from God, received through faith alone. Luther also dared to question the infallibility of the Pope, a move that was considered radical and even dangerous at the time. He argued that the Bible should be the ultimate authority, not the Pope or the church hierarchy. This idea, known as sola scriptura, became a cornerstone of the Protestant Reformation. But Luther wasn't just an armchair critic. He was a man of action. He translated the Bible into German, making it accessible to the common people for the first time. This was a game changer. It allowed for individual interpretation of the scriptures, further challenging the Church's monopoly on religious knowledge. His teachings spread like wildfire, thanks to the invention of the printing press. Pamphlets, copies of his theses and his translated Bible circulated widely, sparking debate and dissent. The Church responded with excommunication, but this didn't stop Luther. Protected by Frederick the Wise, Elector of Saxony, Luther continued to develop his ideas, which would form the basis of Lutheranism, one of the largest Protestant denominations today. Luther's influence was far-reaching. His ideas not only sparked religious reform, but also influenced politics, economics, education, and society. He was a catalyst for change, challenging the status quo and igniting a movement that would reshape Europe. The reverberations of his actions can still be felt today in the diversity of Christian denominations and interpretations of faith. Thousands rallied behind Luther's ideas, leading to the formation of various Christian denominations and sparking a wave of religious fervor that swept across the continent. This period witnessed the rise of influential figures like John Calvin, whose teachings laid the foundation for Reformed theology, and others who helped shape the wide-ranging diversity within Christianity. John Calvin, a French theologian and pastor, was a leading figure of the second generation of the Reformation. His belief in the absolute sovereignty of God and predestination became cornerstones of Reformed Christianity. In Switzerland, we met Huldrych Zwingli, a contemporary of Luther, who was instrumental in initiating the Reformation in his homeland. His views differed from Luther's in areas such as the nature of the Eucharist, and these differences led to the formation of separate branches within Protestantism. Then there was the English Reformation, a unique occurrence spurred more by political motivations than theological disagreements. King Henry VIII, frustrated by the Pope's refusal to annul his marriage, broke with Rome and established the Church of England, appointing himself as its head. This move, while initially retaining much of Catholic doctrine, eventually led to more Protestant influences under the reign of his son, Edward VI. Across the sea we find Menno Simons, a former Catholic priest from the Netherlands, who became a leader within the Anabaptist movement. His followers, known as Mennonites, advocated for adult baptism and nonviolence, setting themselves apart from both Catholic and other Protestant groups. These diverse figures and their movements, while united in their criticism of the Catholic Church, proposed varying interpretations of Christian doctrine. This led to the creation of a broad spectrum of denominations within Protestant Christianity, each with its unique practices and beliefs. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Reformation also led to wars, conflicts, and religious persecution across Europe as the Catholic Church fought to maintain its dominance. The tensions between the old and the new, the established and the reformers, would continue to shape Europe's religious, social, and political landscape for centuries to come. In the end, the Reformation forever changed the religious landscape of Europe and paved the way for the diversity of beliefs and practices that we see in Christianity today. It was an era of transformation, of questioning, and of faith reborn in myriad forms. The aftermath of the Reformation was not a tranquil period, but one of turbulence and change. The Protestant Reformation, sparked by Luther's audacious 95 Theses, didn't just challenge the Catholic Church's dominance. It shattered the religious monolith of Europe into a mosaic of beliefs and practices. The emergence of various Christian denominations was a testament to the shifting dynamics of faith and power. The Catholic Church, once the singular tower of Christian authority, was now surrounded by a spectrum of Christian denominations, each with its own interpretation of scriptures, its own rituals, and its own vision of faith. From Lutheranism to Calvinism, from Anabaptism to Anglicanism, the fabric of Christianity was now diverse and vibrant. But this diversity came at a cost. Europe was engulfed in a series of religious wars and conflicts as the new and old orders clashed. The 30 Years' War, the French Wars of Religion, the English Reformation, each a testament to the seismic shifts happening within the religious and political landscape of Europe. Yet, amidst the turmoil, there was a blossoming of religious thought and expression. The Reformation had opened a Pandora's box of religious inquiry and debate. Theologians, philosophers, and everyday believers were now free to explore their faith outside the confines of the Catholic doctrine. The Reformation was not just a religious revolution, but a social and cultural one too. It influenced art, literature, music, and even the scientific revolution. It was a catalyst that propelled Europe from the Middle Ages into the modern era. So, whether you belong to a Protestant denomination or are curious about the history that shaped our world, the Reformation is an absolutely fascinating topic. It's a reminder of the power of ideas, the courage of convictions, and the enduring quest for spiritual truth. It's a tale of faith, revolution, and the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit. Join us on this journey of discovery as we explore the profound impact of the Reformation and the challenges faced by the Catholic Church. As we've seen, the Reformation was not just a religious upheaval. It was a social, political, and cultural revolution that forever changed the landscape of Europe and the world. The Protestant Reformation, sparked by Martin Luther's audacious questioning of the Catholic Church's practices, ignited a flame of change that still burns brightly today. It led to the formation of various Christian denominations, each with their unique interpretations and practices, enriching the diversity within Christianity. But it's important to remember that this period of change was not without its challenges. The Catholic Church, once a monolithic power, faced intense scrutiny and opposition. And as new religious ideas spread, they often clashed with existing beliefs, leading to wars, conflicts, and religious persecution. Yet through the turmoil and strife, the Reformation gave birth to a new era of religious freedom and diversity. It empowered individuals to question, to challenge, and to seek their own understanding of faith. It set the stage for the modern world as we know it, where diversity of belief is not just tolerated, but celebrated. Understanding the Reformation is not just about understanding the past. It's about understanding the roots of our present, the forces that have shaped our world, and the ideas that continue to influence us today. It's about appreciating the courage of individuals like Luther and Calvin, who dared to challenge the status quo and sparked a revolution that still resonates today. So, whether you're a history enthusiast, a follower of Christianity, or simply a curious mind, The story of the Reformation is a story that deserves to be told, heard, and remembered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss a video on the extraordinary events that have shaped our world. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.